didn't know what the future was, or if there even was a future. But with St. Jude, there was.
Knowing that she's going to be here and we're going to have a long life with her is, it means a lot that St. Jude has done what they've done to help save her.
You're in this whirlwind that you don't know what's going to happen. And I distinctly remember going into the doors of St. Jude, and it's the first time since we found out that Kenan had leukemia, was there was a new emotion that started to creep in, and that emotion was hope.
St. Jude saved my life, and donations help save other kids' lives, just like me.
Thank you to everyone that donates and giving these children a chance at life-saving treatment here at St. Jude.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's another week, another episode of Incentive Concepts Live, and my name is Andy Hudson, and I'm the Director of Marketing for Incentive Concepts, and I'm also the lucky guy that raised my hand to volunteer to host this amazing episode that we called, or series rather, Incentive Concepts Live. And it's a Thursday before a long weekend, a holiday weekend that marks the start of summer, so we hope you have something fun and relaxing planned with your family this long weekend, and we hope you enjoy yourselves. And we do have many returning viewers, but looking at the RSVPs recently, there's a lot of people who've never been a guest of ours or a viewer of ours on Incentive Concepts Live. So just a quick kind of overview of our series and what Incentive Concepts Live is all about. We started this series back in March of last year when we went on lockdown of the pandemic, and just a way to stay connected and engaged with our customers, our partners, our brand representatives, and mostly importantly, you, our viewers. And this is actually our 40th episode so far of this series, only 40, but we've had over 345,000 views of these videos over that time. And it's just a great credit to our brand partners and industry representatives and members of the Incentive Concepts family who have come on as guests. So we even won an award along the way, the ASI Best Use of Video Award, thanks to our awesome grill master, Jason Radford of Royal King, and the second ever episode of this. So that was fantastic. Anyway, sit back, have a cold drink or a cup of coffee, and sit with us for the next 30 minutes and hopefully take a break from your day. And with that, let's do our first viewer poll question before we introduce our guests. And we just played that emotional video for a reason, and that'll become much clearer later. But we'd like to understand how you give back. What charities are you passionate about? What charities or causes are you passionate about? Put it in the chat. Let us know how you give back, whether it's volunteering with yourself, your family, or your business. Personally, I support JDRF because my nephew has juvenile diabetes. So that's one cause that I'm very passionate about. Without further ado, let's welcome our guests, three people that I'm very fond of and I enjoy working with every day. And that is our Senior VP of Business Development, Brian Rivolta, our VP of Administration, Billie Reise, and our Territory Sales Manager for the Southeastern part of the country, Aaron Cook. How's everybody doing?
Hey, Andy. Thanks for having us.
All right. Well, great. You've all been a guest on Incentive Concepts Live before, and we appreciate you all coming back on, and great to see you all. We're having a bit of a thunderstorm here in St. Louis, so I think it just passed through right in time for us. So I think we're going to be in great shape. Aaron, I'm going to start with you, my friend, and you've been a guest with us several times on Incentive Concepts Live. And first of all, hopefully the family's doing well. Good to have you back. But how are things looking for you as business starts to pick up more recently?
Sure. Thanks, Andy. Glad to be back. Family's doing great. We're looking forward to a long holiday weekend, as I'm sure everybody out there is. And looks like after this thunderstorm, we're going to have some good weather for the weekend roll in, so that's exciting. I think overall, just the energy that we feel internally and from our customers has just been through the roof here these last couple months. I think people are finally feeling more safe and secure to get out with the vaccine being more available. Employees are coming back into the office. In-person meetings and events are starting to take place again. So overall, it's a really exciting time.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And Billie, you've been amazing at keeping the Incentive Concepts family and team updated about everything that's going on with the pandemic and social distancing and wearing masks and all of that. And what are you most looking forward to as more of our team start coming back into the office?
Well, thanks for having me today. I am excited. We did learn a lot in the last year, especially for our remote work team. I think we've done a good job of really understanding how important it is to be able to see people. So for our remote team, we'll continue to do the Zooms and the Microsoft Team conversations where we can see people's eyes. But for the people that do get to come back into the workplace, I personally had a great experience. Donna, who takes care of an outrageous amount of orders, thankfully, to our sales team and to our customers, but she shared some pictures of an event that included both her son and her daughter. And the pictures were gorgeous. They really were. But her reaction to those pictures, really, that's what moved me. It was really exciting to see how excited she was to share this moment and how proud she is of her kids. And sometimes that's difficult to do over a Zoom. So I will concentrate on really finding ways that we can do that with our remote staff, but I will absolutely enjoy it in the workplace. Conversations like that with the Donnas of the world that we adore, but also like Dan in our warehouse, who is a club soccer coach, to hear his passion and what he's been doing to pivot during this time. It's been nice to actually see his eyes and his excitement as part of that. So we will take what we learned during the pandemic, but seeing people and actually getting to get a good read of how they're feeling that day is exciting in person for me personally.
Thank you very much. And Brian, this last year was obviously very challenging in 2020, but 2021, we've been able to kind of pivot and adapt. And what are some of IC's newer initiatives that you'd like to provide?
Yeah, so it's been interesting. I mean, obviously 2020 was a big challenge. 2021 creates its own set of challenges, but they're slightly different. They're both pandemic driven, but in the beginning, it was more about people trying to keep their remote workforce engaged, trying to keep their employees feeling recognized, maybe trying to still reward people who had incentive trips canceled. And so we were able to really leverage our virtual gifting site that we've had for a long time now. So we didn't have to rush out to create one. We were able to leverage that and really help people out. And this year, the challenge is more welcoming people back into the office. As Billy said, everybody's really excited to get people back in. Now it's about recognizing them as they come back, thanking them for doing such great work and really adapting during a time that was unprecedented to what anybody's ever seen. So really those have been kind of the challenges that we've been faced with. And, luckily we've been able to develop some tools to help people to do the things that they need to do.
For sure. And, one of my favorite parts of working for Incentive Concepts is how everybody here embraces volunteerism. People are supported to follow their passions with whatever charity that they're working with. And what are some of your favorite charities that you work with, maybe with you and your family?
So one thing that I'm very involved with is a cause called Window World Cares. And so Window World is a window company that has franchises all over the country. And a buddy of mine owns the local chapter. So they put on a trivia night every year to benefit a different charitable organization. And over the last 5 years, we've raised over $1 million for different organizations. St. Jude actually being one of them, Action for Autism being another. Just some very generous people who really put together a great event. So I'm very involved with that. And then the Worldwide Pediatric Project is something that my brother-in-law sits on the board for. And so my wife and I are very involved in their events as well. And what they do is they bring medical care to people around the world who might not necessarily get first-rate medical care otherwise.
Wonderful. Well, all amazing causes that you're involved in. Congratulations on that. And we did ask people to put in the viewer chat what causes they're passionate about. Debbie says the American Heart Association. We're very supportive of that with her. Dan Bull, Special Olympics, anything with kids, absolutely. Special Olympics for sure. And Shay says both the March of Dimes and St. Jude. So feel free to put in there the chats in any other organization that you're involved with. I know another organization here that we do a lot of work with are the Backstoppers here in St. Louis that support fallen fallen first responders and their families. So that's another great cause as well. But this is kind of a perfect segue, Brian, into what we're here to introduce today. So the title of this episode is Gift Giving with Purpose. And in fact, the description suggests that it's a new effort that will surprise and delight the gift recipient while also contributing to a brighter future. Can you kind of tell us a little bit more about this?
Sure. So at Incentive Concepts, our specialty is helping companies build a culture of recognition that makes a difference. And we know that the why behind a recognition gift package is just as important as what's inside. And that's kind of our guiding principle for our newest initiative, which is called Gift Boxes That Give. Gift Boxes That Give are specially curated box sets, and they're grouped by theme. They're shipped out in bold, custom, dynamic packaging. On their own, they offer a great, thoughtful way to recognize employees, business partners, and customers, and just kind of takes your corporate gifting to the next level. But there's an even greater benefit. A portion of the proceeds from every box will be donated to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And St. Jude is one of the country's leading children's hospitals dedicated to treating, understanding, and defeating childhood cancer and other life-threatening diseases. So we're really excited to be partnered with them.
That sounds very exciting. Gift Boxes That Give. And so why St. Jude?
Sure. So when we first started talking about this initiative, employees were encouraged to suggest different charities that they would like to see us support. And several of us actually suggested St. Jude. And it was the first one that came to my mind, not just because of my previous involvement, but it's an organization that everybody's aware of. And when you see the commercials, you can't help but be touched. Even, the video that we showed at the beginning of this presentation, how can you not be touched by something like that? So we had a vote. All of the employees were able to vote on which charity it would be, and we settled on St. Jude. Our president, Joe Reinberg, is actually very involved with a local organization called Friends of Kids with Cancer, and we support that as well. We actually had a golf tournament that we supported for that last week. But given that our customers are all over the country, we wanted to make sure that we partnered with an organization that resonated with everyone.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for that wonderful introduction of Gift Boxes That Give. We're really excited about it. I know there's been a lot of work done by a lot of people on our team. And so right now we're going to shift over to Aaron, and he's going to show us kind of one of the first boxes that we want to highlight today. So Aaron, what do you have for us there?
So yeah, Andy, as Brian mentioned, we really wanted to first provide a packaging that was very substantial, that made the recipient feel very special. As you can see on the box, a gift for you on top that gives back. Here on the side panel, we have the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital logo right there. And then as you open it up, again, we want to surprise and delight the recipient. We're going to have optional messaging or logoing that can go on the front of the box or top of inside part of the box there. And then as we get into the contents, the first thing you'll notice is we will have a card in there that gives a little more information about St. Jude, about what the charity is and what the gift box is doing. This is not an advertising piece for Incentive Concepts. Our name is not on anywhere on that. It's just purely to give a little bit more information about the cause and where the proceeds go. And so this is our Rise and Shine box. So this has a coffee theme to it. So as we get into the contents here, we're going to have 2 Corksicle 16-ounce mugs. We're going to have a bag of whole bean Caldi's coffee. So Caldi's is a local roaster here in St. Louis that gets wonderful reviews, makes very great coffee. So we'll have that in there for you. And then finally, there'll be a Lift lavender candle. So if you want to kind of unwind or calm down, you can light that and sip on some tea or coffee with your Corksicle mug.
That looks fantastic, and looks like you can just be sitting out on your deck in the morning and have a nice cup of Joe there. Aaron, what are some great uses for this type of particular theme, Aaron?
Yeah, so when we're looking at people getting back to in-person meetings or events, this would make for a great room drop. If you're meeting on site, it would make for a great mailer. If you're doing a virtual meeting and you want to include those folks, it would make for a great thank you gift. Maybe you just secured a large sale from your top customer and you want to send thanks, we are going to allow orders of as few as one. So it's not a big commitment. Anywhere you're trying to build loyalty or incentivize your customers internally, externally, a lot of great options.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Billie, we're going to come over to you now. Sounds like a great box that Aaron presented, but you have a little something else in front of you. What's the theme of your box?
Right. The theme of my box is fit for life, and this box is great. So it starts with a corksicle 25-ounce canteen. And this is a really good way to remind people stay hydrated, stay fit. And this would be a fun gift when you onboard somebody to say, one of the wonderful programs we have, for instance, here at Incentive Concepts, we have a Get Fit Challenge where we encourage our team members to work out 15 times a month. If they get 15 check marks by working out, then they get some incentive points to purchase items from our incentive rewards catalog. So this would be a really good way to kick that off, or like as that onboarding opportunity to really get people excited. It comes with a towel. You can use it as a rally towel or a sweat towel. And this one's a liquid IV, but ultimately like hydration, something you could actually put in the corksicle canteen, really to give you some electrolytes. And you always want to eat healthy when you're working on getting fit. So a Cliff bar is included in this one, but it would be a nutrition bar. And then those that travel and just really are looking for an easy way to work out, whether it be in a hotel room or at home, something they can use both places. We have in this box a Lifeline, the straps that you can actually do a nice workout. And you can jump on lifeline.com and learn a little bit more about the resistance bands. But it's really the goal is nutrition and health and really wellness. So this package, which is called the Fit for Life, could be used many different ways. I would recommend it as an onboarding gift or really to launch some type of a wellness program.
For sure. And I love participating in that Get Fit Challenge. I tell you what, I will do whatever it takes to get those 15 check marks every month.
Well, it's exciting. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. Regina, I think, holds the record for never missing a workout for the Get Fit Challenge and getting her check marks. It's really fun to see people challenge each other and actually have accountability buddies and different things to get people excited.
All right. Fantastic. Brian, we're going to shift over to you now. You have a box in front of you. Can you tell us a little bit more about that one?
Yeah, so this box is called Tea Time, and it's going to be for golfers. The anchor item in this package, and as you see with most of these, there is an anchor item in each box that is kind of the real aspirational gift. In here, it's the Bose SoundLink Micro Bluetooth speaker. This is great for golf because it's waterproof. It's got a strap on it that you can either strap it directly to the arm of the golf cart. Some people will strap it onto just onto the back of their bag. So this is great for that. Another item in here is a corksicle tumbler. Again, like Billie said, you got to stay hydrated. And when you're out on the golf course and it's hot, throw some water in here, stay hydrated. After you make 3 double bogeys, maybe throw some vodka or something in there. So it's very versatile. Another item in here is a set of tees, because obviously you're going to need tees on the golf course. And finally, we have a sleeve of Titleist Pro V1 golf balls. Now, for anybody that plays golf, you know that Pro V1s are kind of the ball that everybody wants. And they're a little on the pricey side at retail, so it's something that not everybody buys. But when they end up hitting their Strixon or their Wilson ball into the woods, then they end up coming out with a couple of Pro V1s, and they feel pretty good about themselves. So that's our Tea Time bundle. Okay, well, I haven't played enough golf lately, so I'm sure I'd hit all 3 of those into the woods in the first 3 holes, I'm sure. But you're responsible for overseeing the event gifting portion of our business. And how would a package like this Tea Time package work for, well, maybe a golf tournament or even another occasion? Sure. So anybody who's in the meeting and event space knows that a lot of incentive trips and board meetings and things like that have a golf element to them. A lot of the events are held at sort of bucket list resorts, I call them, like the Broadmoor, Pinehurst, Lodge at Torrey Pines, Pebble Beach. All of these places have signature golf courses right there on property. So this box is perfect for those attendees, but it's also great just for anybody who plays golf. You know, we've talked several times about the pandemic, and golf really saw a resurgence during the pandemic because it's one of those outdoor activities that people felt really safe doing. Golf by nature is kind of distanced. And so a lot of people who had never played before took it up. A lot of people who played, but maybe had stopped playing quite as often, started playing a lot more often again. So, you know, golf is seeing a huge resurgence right now, and this is a great package for anybody that enjoys the game.
Excellent, for sure. And viewers, we are going to have a drawing today for one of these packages. Not any of the ones that we're actually featuring today, but we're going to talk about which package here in a few minutes. But before we get to that, Billy, your compliment there of Regina has blown up the comments here because people are saying, way to go, Regina. Anything Regina isn't great at? That's what Dan asked. And then Bobby says, Regina is the shizzles. So I happen to agree with that. So the way to go, Regina.
A good mango smoothie from time to time. She's a star player on our team. No joke.
Yeah, for sure. So stay tuned, people. We're going to tell you how to enter a drawing for one of these wonderful gift boxes at Give. Aaron, I'm coming over to you now. You've got another box to show. So what do you have in there?
All right. So now we're on to, we're basically, as we roll this out, what you just saw were part of our standard gift boxes. We're then going to have another level of premium selections, a little higher price points. And we'll get into all of those and sort those out for you. But this is the nightcap box. So as we get into this one, again, we have a spot for your logo or message, whatever you'd like to put there. We have our St. Jude card there. This is actually going to be a wine theme. So it includes a 2-pack of Corksicle stemless glassware. It's going to include a nice wine opener and corkscrew tool. It's also going to include a decanting pourer and then a vacuum seal. And then finally, this one includes a Corksicle canteen as well. And while Billy and Brian mentioned staying hydrated, this canteen will actually hold a full bottle of wine. So after you're fully hydrated, you can move to this canteen and relax for the day.
Okay, well, maybe you can take that home with you tonight and you and your wife can enjoy a bottle of wine. But let's, while I still have you here, that's a great package. It's called the Nightcap. Many companies are really looking for that give back element. So how does this help differentiate, a package that people are maybe considering when you're talking to your customers?
Yeah, absolutely. It's no doubt that social responsibility, charitable contributions are definitely top of mind with a lot of corporate customers. Incentive Concepts works with a great number of brands that support great charities, but really what we wanted to do is kind of come up with our own single source that Incentive Concepts, our employees, our sales reps can get behind and know that we're supporting. And so, I think it goes a long way in that, you're receiving a gift from your employer, but at the same time, that they're doing their part as well to just make a charitable contribution.
Okay, wonderful. And one of our viewers with the initials LL is saying a full bottle of wine, and it's in a beautiful color for that canteen. And it looks like she prefers rosé wine. So, all right, well, you'll have to get one of those and try a bottle of rosé in there, LL. I'm not sure what your full name is, but Billy, shifting back over to you. You have one more, our last box that we're going to feature today. Can you tell us about this one?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's quite a few boxes, and I think Brian might hit on them before we wrap up. But I know that during the pandemic, I enjoyed some conversations with our team on different breads that we tried to make or what have you. And there is one of the boxes. It's called the Taste of Home, where it comes with a large skillet. And that's one thing too. I wanted to mention that I missed about being in the office. We hired 3 new team members in March and April. And they don't know yet that we have the best biscotti baker on staff. Her name is Carly. But the take home, so as the boxes were curated, they're curated with thought, is my point that I'm trying to make. And so the taste of home comes with a Lodge skillet, but it also comes with the actual cornbread mix. So you can really flex your muscles. So that might be a fun gift to give to somebody that just had a baby, that has a little bit of extra time to do some fun cooking around the house or to master something a little different. But I hope Brian touches a little bit more, because the different groups of boxes that were curated with thought in mind. So, and that's really giving a gift with purpose. So I get to talk a little bit about the Jet Setter pack, and I'll start with a eye mask from Briggs & Riley. Briggs & Riley offers as simple as that guarantee on their luggage. So if it breaks, they'll fix it. No questions asked. This deluxe eye mask, I'm actually really excited to use it as we all get back to travel. It might be a good way just to detox from all of the noise in the world. But these headphones right here, the noise canceling headphones 700 from Bose, this is essential for travel. This is as important as your passport, in my opinion, or your driver's license or your cell phone to travel with. It really allows you to get into a show or just block out the extra noise, or if you don't want to talk to the crazy person sitting next to you on the plane, or you just need some me time. These allow you to do that, and you can actually use them at home too. They're not just a travel item that you'll use. I know a lot of people enjoyed these for different phone calls when they're trying to block out some noise. But these noise canceling headphones come in the Jet Setter curated box. And this is really a high-end box because it also includes some large packing cubes. And when I first learned about the packing cubes, I thought, how does that work? Really, am I going to use this? And it has changed the way of packing. One that I really like is the one that actually has like a plastic to it. And this one allows, if you have a 5 o'clock flight and you want to spend a little bit of time at the pool, you can actually put your wet clothes in there and not worry about them touching the rest of your items in your bag. But it also just allows you to segment your packing, and you can fit twice as much. So this is the Jet Setter pack, and it's really, as people get back to traveling and incentive trips come back in to be a part of our world again, how fun would it be to receive this before your trip, or for it to be on everybody's desk that's getting ready to go on the incentive trip. And it comes in, of course, this beautiful box that you've seen on the other curated boxes.
Thank you. And that's the Jet Setter. I do want to mention that we also had our team members suggest names for all of these packages, and we had some really, really clever names, and we came up with some fantastic names for these packages. But we are giving away that Taste of Home package for the drawing. So if you go to incentiveconcepts.com/purpose, you can enter to win the Taste of Home package, which features a cast iron skillet from Lodge, and also some cornbread mix and several other items in there. So that'd be a fantastic thing. So enter at incentiveconcepts.com/purpose. We're almost close to our 30 minutes. Brian, I want to come right back to you. And if you could give us a summary of some of these other packages that we're going to offer.
Sure. So in our standard packages, the ones that we didn't cover today, as you've talked about, the Taste of Home. Another one is called In Good Spirits. I think it was Carly that actually named that one. And that's probably my favorite name out of all of these, which obviously is going to have a happy hour theme to it. And then Fun in the Sun, which is going to have a beach theme to it. In our premium packages, the ones that we didn't talk about were Sound and Sport, Beach Vibes, and Bon Voyage. So one thing that I think is going to be really important, Aaron mentioned that you can order these as few as one. But if you have a group and you'd like to do these boxes for a group, but you aren't sure you want to give everybody the same thing, we actually can leverage our event card platform and put several of the boxes on there so that your recipients can go on and select their own box. So that'll be a nice touch for people as well to be able to get the box that they would enjoy.
For sure. And that's even better. People can absolutely choose what they want. And that's the power of choice, which is fantastic. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. Billy, Brian, and Aaron, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. Viewers, It's Gift Boxes That Give, supporting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We will be fully launching this program over the course of the next week or two, so make sure to watch incentiveconcepts.com in your emails for that. Reach out to your sales rep. Thank you so much, viewers. We appreciate you spending the last 30 minutes with us. 2 weeks from today, June 10th, 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central, is our next unboxing challenge, and that's with Dan Craig and Jeff Kierton from New England. With that, Brian, Billy, Aaron, thank you so very much. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a good one, everybody.